Old friends are like old memories. They always remind you of your past, and we are reminding ourselves of the past episodes from this week of Good Company for the Best of Good Company with me, Hollie Taylor. I'm Hollie Taylor, and we're sharing those stories of someone that we would love to be reunited with. And I was just trying to rack my brain and think of who would I want to be reunited with. And honestly, the list is pretty long. I just generally like people. And let's go with, I had a childhood friend. We were BFFs. Shelly was her name. And when I moved schools in grade 2, we slowly, over the years, lost touch. I'm curious as to what she's up to. So that's someone I would want to be reunited with. Producer Mike, anybody on your list?
I was just thinking of one of my neighbors downtown Oakville here, Andy, and I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh.
It was maybe before Christmas. He wasn't doing so well. I saw he had a cane, and he was telling me his diabetes wasn't doing so well, and he couldn't get out. And,
Aww.
You got me thinking about him. I wish I knew exactly where he lived or what phone number he had.
Yeah, you should just walk around the area and just start yelling his name.
Or broadcast it. Andy, buddy, call in 905-338-1250.
How you doing, Andy?
Yeah.
Feel free to text in or call again using that number. Is there someone you'd want to be reunited with? This is a sweet one. A big thank you going out to Pam. Pam says she'd love to be reunited with her high school best friend. Again, back in the day, there wasn't social media, right? So her and her best friend lost touch over the years. So that would be fun. And reminisce from days gone by. I'm Hollie Taylor, and we're talking a little bit earlier about leadership, those qualities you look for in a leader, always looking to grow and learn and become better leaders ourselves. But maybe in the process of learning, you're also looking to unlearn some things, as along the way, sometimes we adopt lessons that maybe aren't exactly true or the way to do it. Maybe there's multiple ways to do things, and that's something you just were unable to grasp 10 years ago. So they always talk about looking into your past and seeing how you cope in certain situations, because sometimes it worked then, but it doesn't work now. It serves you less. So those are things that we have to unlearn and ultimately relearn how to do them for this new phase of life that we are in. So what are some of those things you're looking to unlearn? So for me, pretending like I'm fine instead of just asking for help. It took years for me to be able to unlearn, because pretending that you're fine gives off this air of confidence. You've got it together. But sometimes you need that vulnerability and you need to be transparent. So things that we are unlearning, feel free to share. You can text in 905-338-1250. I'm Hollie Taylor. We're talking about those things that we are unlearning. And so I'm curious, Producer Mike, going to put you in the hot seat. Mm-hmm. What are some of the ththings or one thing that you are unlearning?
I have to unlearn some of those criticisms I make of myself. Yeah, the inner critic.
Yes.
It's a little psychological.
It's good, though.
It is, but it's challenging.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so Mike's going to stop listening to his inner critic. Because criticism doesn't have to be bad. There's constructive criticism.
Yeah, my inner criticism is not constructive.
Yeah, why do we do that to ourselves?
I don't know. Why do we say things to ourselves you'd never say to somebody else?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe you have to go through that exercise of having a picture of like little 5-year-old Mike say those things to little 5-year-old Mike.
Oh, man.
Yeah, would you say that to 5-year-old Mike?
No, I'm going to cry.
I'm sorry. Here's a tissue. Okay, quick. A text message. Did anything come in?
Okay, we got one here from Heather. She says she wants to unlearn making herself smaller to fit into social situations.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel that one too.
Yeah. I got one here from Sarah. Believing my self-worth depends on my productivity. Sarah, I feel like a lot of us born in the 80s can embrace that one. So much of it was about, what did you do? Did you finish that to-do list? How productive were you? And honestly, back in the day, like even 200 years ago, 100 years ago, it was different. So, Heather, make yourself as big as God made you. And Sarah, it's just about you, not what you bring to the table. I'm Hollie Taylor. And we all have those things that bug us about the people around us. We just all have our own little thing. For some, though, it is the sound of other people eating. It's called misophonia. And I don't care if someone eats and they're a loud eater, whatever. Maybe literally I grew up on a farm, so that could really boil it down. I mean, them cows, they do not chew quietly. But yeah, some people, it is like a visceral action. They just can't even handle it. They don't want to hear any mouth noises that you can make. So this, Producer Mike, you're one of them. All right, really? Do you have misophonia?
Yeah, I can't handle that.
Oh my goodness.
And the sound of everything you just described. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Oh yeah, and being an audio producer, right? I take pride in being able to take those sounds out for other people.
Yeah.
So I apologize to any of the listeners who just had to endure what I did.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I just
Sorry,
was
guys.
like, who cares? Like, oh, that's weird.
Oh,
but
no.
it's not weird. It's like an actual thing. And it's how your brain deciphers those noises, and it can be very triggering. It's something to do with like the mouth and the throat movements, and it's like an overactive kind of feel to it. For me, there are definitely other things that bug me about people. Like the people who breathe loud and then kind of like in your face, like their breath is just on you. I can't handle it. It's just like sensory overload. Like, I feel your breath and I can't escape it. Please breathe quieter and not on me. So I don't know. I'm sure there's a term for that too. I don't know what it is. Today, though, we're talking about those who really can't handle the sound of other people eating, chewing, drinking. So, is that you? Are you in Team Producer Mike or Team Hollie? It is what it is. I'm Hollie Taylor here for Good Company. We're talking about those sounds that bug you, as misophonia is one that a lot of people will deal with. Apparently, getting some text messages here. Laura says, absolutely, that was gross, Hollie. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm learning new things as we go along. We got one here from Neil saying, that doesn't bug me, but what bugs me is the sound of rubber shoes on the floor. That squeaking sound. Sorry, I feel like I am compelled to make these noises. I'm losing friends really quickly right now. I'm sorry. Those things that people do that bug you. Let's do one more. Sarah says, I hate when people scratch their utensils on their plates. Okay, yeah. Because that's like the nails on the chalkboard or like chewing tinfoil. Oh, that just made my teeth feel fuzzy. Gross. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, things that bug us that other people do. Feel free to text in. Let's have some fun with it because we all do it. We all do something that bugs someone else. Well, that's a wrap. Those are our favorite memories from this past week. Join me for more Good Company live every weekday from 4:30 till 6 p.m. here on Joy Radio. Oh, and don't forget, you can also catch up by subscribing to our Joy Radio podcast. If you'd like to join in on the conversation, text 905-338-1250. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on Monday.